Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Alpha. Alpha is from Ohio in the USA. So let's see what Alpha has to say. Enjoy the interview. So
Perfect.
hello Alpha, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Not a problem. I'm excited to be on.
So tell me, how's your day going so far?
It's going really well. Today is an off day, so I'm just getting some work done around the house, hanging out with my boyfriend. Just got done with lunch.
Amazing. So tell me, where are you from?
I am from Ohio and I live in the Cleveland area, but I'm actually the town I'm in is Sugar Falls.
See. So
Yeah.
tell me something interesting about the place where you live, the city where you're based right now.
Yeah, so me and my partner bought a mid-century modern home in Sugar Falls, and when we bought this, they really let all of the trees grow up. And when we bought the house, we're like, oh, we're gonna cut some trees down, and then behind it, we actually revealed that we're like 100 feet above the Chevron Valley River. So right in our back, 100 feet down, we have this really big flowing river. It's really, really beautiful. So it really adds to the aesthetic of the house and that calm, serene experience to the living. Because right out our windows, you're just looking at open river.
My God, it's amazing. I can see your background and it looks stunning.
Thank you. My boyfriend, he's got some really fun art pieces too in the house. We got these in Morocco.
Wow. And are you planning to live there for a long while?
Oh yeah, I think this is easily becoming a forever home. So definitely, we're trying to die here.
I know you are a musician and artist, so walk me through a little bit more about your career, how everything started.
My mom and dad were musicians as a kid, so they were always doing
Mhm.
music. My dad plays guitar, and my mom was a pianist, and I grew up around music. And when I was young, I was born with some health issues, and I couldn't use all my ears until we got those fixed. So for a couple of years of my life, I had like undiagnosed deafness. One was
Oh,
25% hearing, the other one was 75% gone. And then once I got those like fixed and I was able to hear, I just started singing and I loved using my voice. So I've always been a singer. And then just recently, me and my boyfriend, we built an at-home studio in my basement that's completely soundproofed where I write, produce, and mix all my music. So I'm working on releasing a full project within the next like couple months. So I've got a song or two that's going to come out probably in under a month, and then from there I'll just keep releasing one piece at a time and just building exposure to my music and through my following.
that's amazing, Alpha. I think doing something that you love, and also when you have the support of your parents, I think it's a big plus.
Yeah, my family loves my music and they're super proud, and it's such a great outlet. I love making music and just it's so emotion based, so it's so fun to like figure out what kind of story I want to like give someone to be able to have and to listen to.
Amazing. Okay, so during the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life and also about your career so far, okay?
Hmm.
Alpha, before we start our journey within the magic box, I would like you to tell me something interesting about yourself or maybe something that not many people know about you.
Yeah, something interesting. A lot of people don't know that at 17, I decided to drop out of high school and I actually moved to California with a one-way ticket and really no real kind of concept of what I was going to do. I just was like, I want to move and I want to start my life. And so I did. And I lived in California for about a year all on my own and just literally backpacked and kind of
Wow.
became a gypsy.
Amazing. Alpha, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Definitely.
Amazing. So welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I've got here my best friend, okay? Okay, I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question. Let's do it. So during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to answer, I always can change, okay?
Okay.
First question for you is, what's your ideal life look like?
Ideal life. Oh my God. Probably my ideal life would be where me and my boyfriend are retired early and um have a lot more time to just create and enjoy, and not really work so hard to just find time to relax, but just always exist in that space of creating and loving and enjoying whatever we're putting our minds to. That would be really ideal.
As I can see your eyes shining talking about your partner, tell me, what's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity?
The biggest difference is my boyfriend is so much more structured about how he does what he does, and he has A to B. And for me, I work from B to A. I'm a little bit more backwards. I just have my eye on the vision, and then I kind of like take my steps until I feel like I'm there. But he's more like I'm going to be, and I'm the complete opposite. So either way, we're both kind of at the destination, just a little bit different times. But yeah, I would say those are our like biggest differences. Biggest similarity. I think the biggest similarity between me and my partner is with everything we do, we're extremely cautious about making sure that the whoever we're involved with in anything that we're doing, that the other person's experience with us is nurtured and full of love, and that you feel comfortable and you're connected to whatever we're doing with anything that we're involved in.
Amazing, very good. Next question, let's do it. Hey, Alpha, next question is, what gives you butterflies?
Butterflies. I would say I probably get butterflies when I'm trying to do something that I don't maybe completely believe I can pull off. That gives me butterflies. And then I probably would say I got true butterflies the first time I met my boyfriend. And I think I knew enough in my life, in relationships, that I met something special, and it was so scary because I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, my whole soul is telling me like I've really met someone I can align with. And so the butterflies were definitely in the stomach. doing work.
If you can share, how did your path crossed?
So me and my boyfriend, we met in Italy.
Wow.
So I was working a wedding doing hair. I'm a hairstylist, so I got booked to do a wedding in Florence, Italy. And then my boyfriend happened to, without knowing me, he rerouted his vacation and stopped through Florence, Italy. And
Wow.
we went on an online date and we met for wine, and then we just never stopped hanging out.
Oh my God. He's Italian?
He's not. He's from Ohio as well.
I see.
So he was just visiting, and we met up, and then I joined a little bit of his vacation, and then we just kept hanging out.
That's amazing. Wow, what a story. Imagine you guys met in Italy. Couldn't be even more romantic.
Oh, I know. It was amazing. And then we traveled to Venice together. We
Wow.
had limoncello. It was,
Oh,
yeah, it
amazing.
was so amazing.
Oh, sweet. Very sweet. Next question. Wow, look at you. Before the next question, tell me what's the biggest joy of being a singer, yeah, songwriter, a musician? What do you like the most about your career? And the flip side, what do you find most challenging?
Find the most enjoyment in the music that I'm making, in probably writing music or creating art that makes me feel uncomfortable, because I found that through the music that I'm making, if it kind of shocks me a little bit and it's a little uncomfortable, then
Mhm.
it's probably going to do something for somebody else. Um, so I think that's the funnest part, when I really know that I've like done something that like I don't just think obviously sounds good, but I'm like, oh wow, this is definitely putting a feeling on me. And I think if it can do something to me, um, and make me feel uncomfortable, I'm like, then I think I'm doing something. Um, and then you asked what's the hardest part?
Yeah, the hardest part as well.
Oh gosh, the hardest part I would say is, for me, I could sit down every day and say that I'm gonna do something, but I find that that's really hard. And what I really the real work that I have to do is like take on the life experiences, take on reflection,
Mhm.
listen to people who talk to me that I love, or people that I don't even know, and just listen to what they say. And so that when I go back to the drawing board to try and share experiences that are very real, that I'm reflecting on through a bank of resources of emotional intelligence I've gathered from people, because I do like to write stuff that I've heard. So when people talk to me and they share something really deep and intimate, I like put it in my mind, or I'll jot it down, and I'm like, oh my God. Like I was gambling the other night with some friends and some family members that came into town, and I wasn't really gambling. I was just sitting by the table, like egging people on. And I go, wow, I go, things are getting intense. And the lady who was dealing the cards, she goes, sometimes the only way is all in. And I'm like, that is gambling. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
I love it.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, that. I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that hits hard in many ways.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just keep my ears open. I think my art forces me to be present as a human being in the world that I live in. So
That's amazing. Great.
yeah.
Next, I think this one is going to be very easy for you. What are you most passionate about?
Oh gosh. Most I would say, though it seems like it would be obvious to say music, I would probably say I'm most passionate about trying to like preserve the core of the kid that's always been in me. I think that's always been like a life goal. So I'm always passionate about like, am I changing, or am I preserving the beauty that I know I had as a kid before the world touched me?
Wow.
So that is the real work I like to do. I really there's like some control freak in me that like protects this little kid in me. So I am
Wow.
passionate about that.
That's amazing, Alpha. And when you analyze yourself, when you think about yourself, what's the biggest joy of being you? What do you like the most about being Alpha?
Um, Probably as you asked that question, like what first comes to mind is like making sure people can never walk away from me being like, ah, you're exactly what I thought you would be.
Hmm.
So always being unpredictably vulnerable and honest and beautiful, mostly on the inside, and not like just an exterior like thing that's walking around, and really trying to make sure that the way people feel is like what I created.
Being a good looking guy, you know, do you think sometimes people they misunderstand you, or sometimes they judge you for by your beauty?
Oh, yeah, I would say it's definitely been an interesting, my childhood was really interesting. I think I was much more adorable than I am now, but I wouldn't say that I'm bad on the eyes. But um, yeah, it just would say there was like a really interesting slash bizarre reaction I would get out of people, or what they would be provoked to do or try and cross the line. That's like always been, I think, part of my story as a child and like young teenager. Um, so that was, yeah, that was unusual.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Be- Before the
I'm
next
like,
question,
I see you trying it.
right? Next question. Let's do it.
Box dance.
Yes. I like your tattoo here. What that means, the one in your arm.
Music, it's a treble clef on the staff.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Next question for you is, oh, what is the worst first date have you ever been on?
God, the first worst date, I would probably say, God, it comes. I was probably, God, I was probably 18 years old, and I got a date off of MySpace. This guy and I connected, and it was probably like the first time I ever felt like I attracted someone that was like a fit guy that wanted to actually go out on a date with me. And I had MySpace photos up, and I think my MySpace photos presented me as a more like masculine, athletic guy, but like on my real life, I was experimenting with beauty. I was about to go to beauty school. I was dabbling in makeup. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm today on this date. Before I go out, I'm gonna go to MAC Cosmetics and I'm gonna let them beat my face. So I go to the makeup counter, and she sits me down. She goes, "So what do you want me to do?" I go, "Beat my face." And so she's like, okay. I was like, I want full coverage. I want my lips done. I want my
Oh,
eyes done. Fill in my brows. Give me the blush. Give me everything. Give me it all. And so she's like, oh my God, I know exactly what you want. And I was like, this is going to make me feel amazing. And my mom's a hairdresser, so I was like very comfortable with this. So I'm like, I just think I just need to like up my game. And I was like, I'm gonna get my makeup done. So I get my makeup done. This guy pulls up, and I get in his car, and I look nothing like my photos. But I wasn't attached to looking at like my photos. I was looking like how I wanted to feel. And that day I wanted to be extra beautiful. So I had everything on. I get in the car, and he looks at me like, and I'm like, what? And he's like, you look different. And I go, do I? And like to me, I was like, really? And so we're going to the movie theater, and I was like, well, I was like, I don't know what to tell you. This is me. And I literally could have cared less. I was like, I don't feel bad at all. I feel like on top of my so we're at the movie theater, and I'm eating popcorn, and it's like getting stuck to my mouth because I have so much lip gloss on. And like halfway through the movie, I was like, I think I need to re-up my lip gloss. So I pull my lip gloss out in the middle of the movie, and I'm like messing around with it, and I drop it. And I was like so committed to having glossy lips. I go, dude, I go, you need to give me a light. I just dropped my lip gloss. He's like, you don't need to find it. And I go, oh no, I paid good money for it. Everybody in the row in front of them, I like interrupted. I said, hey, I just think I dropped my lip gloss. I need help. Can you help me? He was not feeling that. And I was like, there's no way I'm leaving this movie theater without my lip gloss. So I felt at the end, I felt very judged, and I was like, you know what? I was like, you could just take me home. Um, the movie was okay. The popcorn was kind of complicated because it was all over my lips. And then he didn't want to help me find my lip gloss. I was like, we're good here.
Was he very attractive?
I would say not on the inside, but I guess he had a good body. And at the time I was young, I was like, oh, this is cool. I never really had a first date with a guy that was super fit. So it seemed like it was gonna be cool, but I think my makeup was too much. So he and I we didn't take it any further that night. Well, I'm
Fitness.
actually lying. We tried to, but it just got worse.
Fitness always been part of your life?
Would you say?
Fitness, you always been part of your life? Fitness?
Yeah, I would say so. I grew up around an older brother that was really, really fit, and so I wanted to be just like my brother, and I was really competitive. So I was like, God, I gotta outdo my brother, and my brother was like my everything. So I was like, I gotta be stronger than him. I gotta go harder, longer, and so that's kind of where my fitness inspiration came from. And
Wow.
then that's kind of how it began, and I just kept it up because it's just good for my mind, and I like to compete with myself of like, how much more could I do? What do I want to grow? How do I see myself? And it really forces me to like take a look at my body and be like, do I actually see myself, or am I, you know, judging too hard? And then I also love to just take complete breaks from the gym and just really enjoy life and
Mhm.
um just totally disconnect, and then I'll come back. I did a lot of sports as a kid, so I was a wrestler, did gymnastics, did cheerleading, some
Wow,
diving. So
amazing.
yeah.
Right, I have 3 questions left. Let's do it.
Okay. uh
Good
Magic
answer.
box.
Next question is, which bad habit you wish you could stop?
um oh God, I would probably say like the worst bad habit I have is um I probably would say I hate that sometimes I get numb if my feelings get hurt. And I think it's probably like a protective thing to
Mhm.
not feel the way I do in the moment when I know I've like done something wrong. Um, and I like kind of detach. And I think this totally stems from my childhood. Um, so that's like probably the one thing I'm like, stop that. And that trait loves to come full force anytime there's a predicament. But I'm working on that, on many things.
And for you growing up as a gay boy, did you have the support of your family, or was it a bit hard for you?
Um, Not really in the beginning. I feel like I grew up very religious,
Mhm.
so this was not in the cards for my family. And so they tried to kind of really make it so much more than it had to be. But then I was like, well, if we want to use religion as such a tactic in this coming out part of my life, I'm like, I'm going to ask you a question. Is God proud of you in the way you're supporting me? Because we're stuck here on earth. So you're my mom. There's no there's no line in the book of being a mom that says this is when it's okay to disown your child or not celebrate them. So I was like, you should take a look at your book, and I will keep looking and reading my own book. And
Wow,
I think that really put in my mom's perspective, like, dang, I am being kind of messed up, you know.
great. And which person in your family you are more close to?
My mom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely my mom.
Let's see, she's watching this interview right now, and you have opportunity to send her a message. What would you say?
I would say to my mom that I hope she feels really good about everything she's created and that she's proud.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
2 questions left. Let's do it. Next question for you is, which talent do you wish you had?
Ooh. Oh God, I wish. I probably wish that I was um a lot more flexible and could be part of Cirque du Soleil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I would really love to be one of those people that could just bend this way and bend that way, and just yeah, I would love to do that.
Wow. Funny enough, I had a lovely man here on the show that he is one of the artists in the Cirque du Soleil.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's from
Yeah,
Montreal in Canada. So he was touring around the world as well.
I know. I just have so much appreciation and respect for them. I feel like their bodies are made of gum.
That's so true.
It couldn't be the hard work. It's like they're made of gum.
Ready for the last question?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Last one. But before the last question, Alpha, as you mentioned about that you are a hairstylist as well, 2 questions in one part. If you could choose anyone in the world to do their hair or to work with them, which person that would be? And the other part of the question is, if you could, record a duet, or if you could work in a project with a singer, which person that would be?
Oh my gosh. Kelly Clarkson. I don't even have to think twice about it. Kelly Clarkson for sure.
Yeah, tell me why.
I I watched her when I was probably 9 years old, laying on the living floor of my house with my feet up on one TV while we had another one on top of that TV. And I just was so inspired by her. And I think it really added a lot of energy and momentum to my life to just keep feeling good. And she made me feel so good.
Oh,
And, in my childhood, when in times of being lonely, I was able to put CDs on and let, have her put that feeling on me all the time. And I used to play her CDs so much that the pitch of the music was actually changing because the CD was kind of warping. So it was like extra high and kind of off key because I played the CD so much.
wow.
So if I got to do her hair, I would take extra long. I would make it like a 2-hour cut.
What's your top favorite song of hers?
Oh my God. I would probably say, um, my grown up Christmas wish from her
Mhm.
Christmas album. I love that one, but also A Moment Like This. How could it not be? That was her winning song. Um, but if I'm taking the show out of the play, her Christmas album is so beautiful, and God, there's so many. I just like it's almost a crime to pick.
Oh, all right. Last question for you is, what is the funniest or the strangest gift have you ever received?
Hmm. Probably one of my girlfriend's husbands came to my 30th birthday party, and he gave me a unicorn butt plug, and I barely knew him. And I thought that was strange. So I opened up that in front of like all my friends, and I was just like, huh. I guess this is what you need on your 30th.
That's funny.
And it was actually the first one I ever owned.
There we go. There's always the first one.
Yeah, always. I think I still own it. I'm not sure, but I think I do. Yeah.
Amazing. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with family.
My boyfriend's mom.
Okay. Money.
Problems.
Fear.
Strength.
Life.
Anxiety.
Okay. Love.
Heartbreak.
One word for sex.
Free.
Okay. Religion.
Dynamic.
Politics.
Useless.
Friendship.
Changing.
Desire.
Torture.
Regret.
Nothing comes to mind with that.
Okay. Success.
Made up.
Wish.
Inside.
Okay. Happiness.
Say it one more time.
Happiness.
Childhood.
Oh. One word for Ohio.
Lovers.
USA.
Room to grow.
One word for hairstylists.
Psychologist.
I like that. One
Yeah.
word for music.
Exhausting.
Okay. And the last one now. Singer. One word.
Hummingbird.
Okay. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your mom for a coffee and I'm going to ask her, define Alpha in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
For the positive, I think she would say strong-willed.
Mm-hmm.
For the negative, she would definitely say impulsive.
What's your star sign, astrology?
Aquarius.
Interesting. Okay. Let's play now Alpha and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it.
Okay. The magic box. The magic box.
I love it. You can ask me a question now, Alpha.
Okay. The question I've prepared for you is, if you could sacrifice your life to bring back one person, who would you bring back?
Oh my God, what a lovely question. My goodness. I think I had over 1,000 people on the show and nobody asking this question. Wow, interesting. You know what? The first person that came to my mind right now, it's my grandmother. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. My grandmother, so I'm originally from Brazil, yeah? And my grandmother, she's not Brazilian, she's from Paraguay. And so growing up, I live in a different city, but I was so close to her. And all the time when I was meeting her, it was very emotional because I remember her crying all the time because we are very connected. And when I look back, I realized that I didn't spend much time with her, like, get to know her best. And then I was a child anyway, but growing up now as an adult, I believe that I wish I could have spend more time and to get to know her better. Or also, I remember talking to her about things, but I was too young and I didn't know, if I could talk to her right now with the mentality I have right now as an adult, I think I would find so many amazing memories from her country. So yeah, I think I would love to have her back, just for her to be able to stay longer here, and I wouldn't mind to go and knowing that she'll be here for longer, for sure. Great question.
Oh, I love that.
You almost
I
make
do
me
love
emotional.
that.
You almost make emotional right now. That's amazing. Wow. Oh, sweet. So
Oh,
yeah,
you're so welcome. I really appreciate you asking me to come here. And so when I got the opportunity to ask you a question, I was like, I want to think of something so provoking for you and really worth your time and really make it worth it. So
you did very well because I'm here literally like holding myself. You literally put me right in the spot. Oh, two, forgot it.
yeah, love
Did you,
it.
did you enjoy the interview, Alpha?
I loved it.
Thanks so much. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for being so genuine. My God, I'm talking to you and I can see that you are very spontaneous and you are very genuine as well. I think that's amazing. Thanks for taking the time. Before you go,
Absolutely. Thank you.
if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Gosh, I would say my positive message would be that I think people should live their lives that in a way that if someone were able to watch over you like a ghost, that you'd be no different from what
Wow,
they see from someone that was alive.
that's amazing.
So
Wow,
it really comes down to that living with that authenticity and free yourself.
always amazing.
Yeah.
Regards to your mom, to your family, to your boyfriend, and you keep in touch, okay? It was a pleasure having you on the show,
Oh my
okay?
gosh, thank you. I definitely will. I'm so excited that I got to be in here.
Amazing. Take care, okay? Enjoy your day.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Have an amazing day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Mwah.
Ciao, ciao.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.